Listen, Opposing Force will always be my favorite Half-Life expansion. I mean, what could be cooler than playing as a HEQ soldier and blasting through the Black Mesa facility, trying to chase down Freeman with all the cool new weapons, like the pipe wrench, the deagle, and not to mention all the awesome alien guns. But unfortunately, Opposing Force is, well, 25 years old, so we all beat the campaign like hundreds of times. And it's also quite short, with 4 or maybe 5 hours of gameplay. I still do a playthrough once in a while, but I already know almost everything about this game. Enemy locations, hidden places, weapon and ammo placement, so it's definitely not that thrilling anymore. I've been waiting for a remake or a remaster for a very long time, but I see absolutely no chance of getting one anytime soon. I mean, we haven't received an official update from Operation Black Mesa in years. I guess our only hope is Black Mesa HEQ from Point Mass Studios, but we still have to wait for that, so I try to keep an eye out for mods that could quench my thirst for Opposing Force without having to replay it once again. And that is exactly how I bumped into Field Intensity. This mod is being developed by Hazard Team, who also made Half-Life Induction, which is also a pretty cool mod by the way. Originally it was called Soldier's Adventures, but they renamed it to Field Intensity. Look, I'm gonna be honest, this name is so much cooler, and I think the team agrees with me because they uploaded this image when they changed the name. Hilarious. Similarly to Opposing Force, we play as a HEQ soldier, Stefan Oldfield. The timeline is different however, because Stefan and his team arrive earlier to the Black Mesa incident than Adrian Shepard. This mod officially released in 2022, but it received a huge update recently, and it's actually crazy how much stuff these guys fixed. Just look at this changelog. So yeah, it seems like they are actively polishing Field Intensity, which is always nice to see. And believe it or not, Field Intensity has a great story. So let's see. The game starts off with Stefan and his team arriving to Black Mesa and parking into the garage. Our first task is to pick up a walkie-talkie and speak with the radio operator, Kevin. Kevin is an old friend of Stefan's, and he's going to keep us informed and also entertained throughout the whole game. I absolutely loved Kevin. Having someone who talks to us through radio gave the whole story a more realistic touch. Also, Kevin shares some older stories with Stefan, and these are pretty funny. Oh yeah, and there is custom voice acting. Quite a lot of it actually. Both the NPCs and Kevin talk a lot, which is great. The game has some new features that I didn't even expect, like we can press the tab button to display the current objective, and this also includes Stefan's thoughts. I like this so much. Seeing what Stefan thinks gave him even more personality. We take the elevator up to the facility, and I think I already found a Call of Duty Easter egg here.
Remember the order, Stefan. No witnesses.
But obviously the elevator gets stuck. So time to go through the vents. It seems like our main objective is to capture Gordon Freeman. What a surprise. Kevin claims he's in his room in the dormitories. Well, I doubt that, Kevin, but okay, I'm gonna have a look. We find an Otis clone dead in the swimming pool. Aw, poor guy. Hey, do you mind if I take your gun? You're not gonna need it now anyway, right? And we get a quick glimpse of Gina and Colette from DK. Dude, I've only been playing for like 2 minutes and so much happened already. We have a look around the dormitories and kill a few dozen headcrabs, security guards, scientists, because remember, no witnesses. But Freeman is obviously not here. However, someone saw him in Sector E, so that's our next target. And according to Kevin, we need to get him alive for questioning. Yeah, sure, questioning. While we were doing our little detour, some of our team got separated and well, they turned into zombies. We fight our way through some platforming puzzles, turn on a few generators, lots of vortigons, zombies and everything you can imagine, and we only hear from Kevin when we finally reach the biolab in Sector E. But unfortunately, Freeman is on the other side of Sector E, in the Gamma Complex. This is where I actually started to feel bad. The Black Mesa personnel who still believe we are here to rescue them will help us, only to be murdered shortly after. Dude, shooting these guys in the face felt like true betrayal. But hey, I don't make the rules. The only scientist who can open the main door to the Gamma Complex is trapped. He can't get out because there's a huge gargantua next door. Thankfully, the newly found snarks are the perfect weapon for us, especially the exploding ones. I'm always glad to see new weapons. With this, it was child's play to kill this big boy. It's time to escort the scientist back to the Gamma Complex door, which means some backtracking and a lot of NPC pathing issues. God, I love the Gold Source engine. We make it to the Gamma Complex and we find a dead scientist in an AGV suit. Kevin says it has a tracking device, and we could use it to track Freeman's movement throughout the facility. Going through the Gamma Complex means we have to fight an unspeakable amount of alien grunts, and even my favorites, the controllers. God, I hate these guys. A Hack You squad is nearby, so we meet up with them. Finally, I was starting to feel lonely. This guy has a weird obsession with Freeman.
All I want is to get my hands around Freeman's throat.
Okay. We help the squad fight back a horde, and in the meantime, Kevin locates Freeman. But since the Oscar squad is also close by, we should find them first. By the time Stefan makes it to the Oscar squad, they get wiped out by the alien forces. Poor guys, but hey, thanks for the extra ammo. Now we need to make our way back. And since there is no Half-Life game without trains, on the rail, Field Intensity Edition. While playing around with the trains, Kevin tells us that we should help the Lima squad as well. It's Lima, not Ligma. Listen, Kevin, I feel like we are being sidetracked here. A little outdoor section and fighting back the manta rays. I love this part. The Ligma squad will follow us for a while, but only until the manta rays do a second round of bombings. Go through the airfield, the hangars, and we finally find the LMG. Nice. We fight a strange creature in one of the hangars, and I gotta say, this enemy design is freaking awesome. We see the Black Ops flying in, and Kevin notices that these are not our guys. Oh no, I think I know where this is going. The Blue Shift events are also happening in the background. Barney is on the run with Rosenberg, and one of the squads are setting up a trap for them. According to Kevin, they need our assistance. So time to crawl through the vents again to the prototype labs. We arrive too late and Barney jumps into the portal. And well, Stefan thinks it's a good idea to jump in too. It isn't. For some reason though, we don't end up in Xen, we just pass out. A scientist rescues us, and seemingly we are in the same place where opposing force started. This guy also gives us a medkit, which can be used to heal our teammates. This is such a cool mechanic. You know it. Pipe wrench time. I can't help it. I just love the impact sound of the wrench. We find a radio on a dead soldier and get back in touch with Kevin. While Stefan was out, the team got a new order to leave the facility as soon as possible. Forget about Freeman, I guess. More outdoor fighting with our team against the manta rays and alien grunts. Oh yeah, and a little blast pit PTSD here. I always loved outdoor chapters in Half-Life games, so this one was definitely one of my favorites. Also, having a huge squad following us actually made me feel like a corporal. I honestly can't believe how much fun I had during this chapter. Needless to say, but the extraction fails, because the manta rays completely annihilate our squad, so we flee underground alone. There is no Half-Life game without a Xen chapter either, so Stefan jumps into a portal again, but this time we actually get to Xen. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I honestly enjoyed this chapter. Obviously there are a lot of platforming and puzzles like you would expect from Xen, but there are also some really cool stuff going on here, like some sort of alien lab full of dead humans. This was quite creepy. This is a rather short section and we end up teleporting back to Black Mesa, and Kevin is once again happy that we are still alive. Coming back from Xen is amazing. Just pure silence. This is definitely the most depressing chapter. Not knowing where to go or what to do, and the fact that we don't hear Kevin that much made me feel alone. The evac mission failed, so the only thing we can do is try and stay alive, which is challenging because the Black Ops is onto us now. After an epic fight with an Osprey and the Black Ops, we make it to the final chapter, Deduction. We are back in the main facility building and getting closer and closer to Kevin. This truck seems to be working, so that's our escape plan. But Stefan needs some gas and the keys first. If you don't want spoilers, skip to this timestamp. I warn you. We find the car keys in the basement next to Kevin, but unfortunately he's dead. Well, it seems like he's been dead for some time now, and he's only been living in Stefan's head. We drive away, and while we do that, we see the horrors of what happened to Black Mesa. Zombies and bull squids eating up the corpses, and that's it. That's the end. Oh man, I can't believe what a journey this game has been. And now the usual question, what do I think? Holy crap. Where should I even start? I'm honestly amazed that this is a fan-made mod and not an official Valve product. It's crazy how much effort these guys put into the map building and storytelling. We see a lot of areas in Black Mesa that we have never seen before, like the library, the laundry room, the dormitories, and I could go on forever. They managed to link Field Intensity into the original Half-Life timeline so perfectly. Small Easter eggs from every game, a glimpse of NPCs. I honestly love these, and they fit right in the picture. It's clear that these guys know the Half-Life universe inside and out, and I'm not even finding words for the level design. It's a masterpiece, really. The areas are perfectly linked together and there are no nonsense layouts. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hazard team spent a significant amount of time just drawing up map layouts. It was nice to see my favorite enemies and weapons back from opposing force, but I was so happy that they added some really cool new mechanics as well, like the exploding bugs, the healing healing mechanism, the objective tab, the inventory with the key cards and everything. These make the gameplay even more fun. I know the voice acting is not professional, but I still loved it. It added so much value to the storytelling, and having Kevin constantly on the line is just great. In addition, most of the times we had at least one person next to us, which felt like I was actually part of a squad rather than just a solo Rambo guy. Oh man, I'm really close to saying this might be the best Half-Life mod I've ever played, and the fact that they are still working on it with regular updates and fixes just makes it even better. I'm so glad that these kind of mods exist, and that people put this much effort into our beloved 25-year-old Half-Life even after all these years. I would recommend this game to everyone, especially the Opposing Force fans, and I will leave a link in the description. From now on, this will be next to Opposing Force for me, and I will probably keep replaying this one as well. And as always, thanks for watching, bye!